So this is You Suck at Parking, a new game that was released a couple of months back on Steam and probably other platforms as well, where you play this little car that you see on screen here, and you travel to a location on a map to beat every level that you can find. And every level is basically about driving as fast as you can. You have a timer, so against the clock to reach a single or several parking slots that are at several points of each level, each circuit. And you can see it can get pretty difficult because there's lots of things that get in the way of making it a pleasure. So typically you have obstacles, or you have a police car trying to chase you, these kind of things, which makes things harder than they should be. The first levels are very easy, just to get your hands on the controls and so on, and progressively you get lots of weird, I would say, mechanism or devices or different types of objects in motion that make it really, really hard to actually get around or get to where you want to be. This game feels good in the beginning, but it gets a little boring very quickly, just because it's not really fun to play alone that much. There's not really that much of a point in doing all these levels, just trying to basically have the perfect run every time, and of course you have a little bit of flexibility on how you get there, but it's mostly single linear way to get to the end. And while the controls are pretty fairly good, it's still fairly hard to get around like some levels, just because of the camera angles or the fact that the level design is just unforgiving. Yeah, I guess it depends on what kind of person you are. If you feel like, doing the same level like 100 times to make sure you get perfect run, maybe this game is more like for this kind of personality. I did find it fairly tiresome after a while. Even like here, when you see you're traveling around the map, they had the idea of like putting obstacles or like even a police car chasing you on the map to get to the next level. Which is like, why would you do that? It's not really interesting. It's not even part of the actual levels. It's just to choose your next level. So they made it difficult just like for no reason, and it becomes a pain in the ass more than anything else. Yeah. Other than that, I believe this game would probably do well in multiplayer. At least you would probably enjoy it more than single player. Unfortunately, like most games these days, if they fail to find an audience in the first few weeks, the multiplayer mode gets to very, very few players worldwide very quickly. So even when I tried this game a few months ago, there was nobody online to play with, and it's apparently even worse now. So I guess that reduces a lot the thing that you can do with this game at this stage. And personally, I don't think I would spend too much time on getting to the later levels and so on, because it's more frustration than anything else. I think it's a little bit a shame, because they focused on this very little niche gameplay of moving from one place to another to reach a small parking spot, which is maybe okay as a bonus mode as part of a different game, but I don't really see it as being the point of the whole game. And if you go all the way to make a game where you can drive a car in different levels, and you can actually have the controls are pretty good and so on, why don't you actually make a racing game that has a lot more playability and replayability, because you would play either against AI opponents or actual players, and have this kind of parking space kind of game as an additional mode separately. That would make a lot more sense to me than what they did here, which is centering the whole game around that, because the concept is interesting like the first 5 minutes, but it's just very tiring. There's not really that much to it, apart from finding the right path to the end. Whereas if you have dynamic opponents or you human opponents on racing together, there's a lot more things that can happen. There's more skills involved and just trying to find the exact right timing of doing this. So yep, there you have it. I don't really recommend it, and I hope that the people who develop this game think about making an actual racing game, because I think they would be pretty good at it, and I would definitely love to see top-down racer like the ones we had in the 90s, because some of them were really great to play. We don't have that many of them nowadays, so maybe just a potential idea to work on if they're interested. That's it for this time, and you can see this level here was particularly hard and impossible. I'm pretty sure some people would laugh at this and say like this is much easier than what it looks like. Maybe, just it was just very tedious. Alright, that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed, and talk to you later.